Okay, on to Best Actor. The nominees are Javier Bardem for Beautiful, Jeff Bridges for True Grit, Jesse Eisenberg for The Social Network, and Colin Firth for The King's Speech, and James Franco for 127 Hours. Um, I can't comment on Javier Bardem because I didn't see his film. So, yeah, I don't think he's going to win because that was a surprise nominee as well. But Jeff Bridges in True Grit, I really liked him in this movie. He was certainly very comedic and entertaining, which was kind of the point. Um, and he's really great at doing these roles, these very Americana sort of roles, like he did in Crazy Heart, and certainly, Big Lebowski and stuff like that. So he is a really great actor, made for this kind of stuff. I think, though, at a certain point in the movie, I think he just kind of went a little overboard with everything, with the accent and the movements and everything. It got a little too gimmicky for me. But I still really enjoyed the film and everything about it. I think he really did do a great job. But he won last year for Crazy Heart, and so I don't think he's gonna win again twice in a row. Um, I'll go on to Jesse Eisenberg for The Social Network. And I think this is probably going to surprise a lot of people, but I actually picked this one as my favorite performance and the one that I think should win. Um, it's not really an Oscar type performance because it's not drawing attention to itself. It's very subtle, but that doesn't make it any less, it doesn't mean it's not as good as the others but I think, you know, his performance as Mark Zuckerberg, he's very mechanical and methodical. And he has, this really nervous energy about him. And, that's what he's supposed to have. But for me, there was something so much deeper in this performance. And those of you who don't agree, I really hope you go back and watch it and kind of look at his performance closer. Because, for me, he really was very guarded and, tried to be detached from us, but at the same time, he really had, you detected something much deeper going on within him and within his psyche. You could sense, a sense of pain and desolation within him in his eyes. And, to me, that made him sympathetic. That's what worked. That's why we were able to follow him as a protagonist in the film. So I choose him as best actor. And, he's not going to win, I think that will go to Colin Firth for King's Speech, and he deserves it. I would be happy if he won it because, I think that Colin Firth, is one of those really great actors who just never has gotten the recognition that he deserved. And he's a really sharp actor, and this is one of his best performances. I think. I don't think it's as good as his performance last year in A Single Man, but it's still really great. What I love about Colin Firth as an actor is he's very pensive and he's very calm as an actor, but there's a real a strength that's really builds from underneath, which makes him really dynamic and charismatic. And for me, he made The King's Speech. He and Jeffrey Rush and Helena Bonham Carter as well. Though those three performances really kept The King's Speech moving along, and they made it. I think for that reason, that's why the movie's getting so many nominations, is because they really did their job. So if he wins, I'll be happy. And James Franco for 127 Hours. I really like him in this movie a lot. I think, like Colin Firth, this is one of his best performances as well. Um, it's it's really hard to carry a film, like an entire film, when you're pretty much the only performer in it. And I think he did that really, really well. James Franco is someone that we enjoy watching as an audience. He's just got a really nice resilience and kind of a coolness about him that it's cool. I mean, it's nice to watch, and it makes him very charming. And he better be charming because he's in the whole movie, and you're never bored with him, and you want to see him get out, remove himself from this boulder so badly, and that's really great. He really did his job, and he certainly went through a range of emotions with this role. So he deserves a nomination for it. But this, I think, Colin Firth has in the bag. So yeah. Next, I will cover Best Actress.